These are top stories that trended this week. President Muhammadu Buhari has dispatched a high-level delegation made up of the heads of Nigeria's intelligence and security services to Sokoto and Katsina states in response to the recent spike in bandit activities. Governor Aminu Bello Masari of Katsina State has asked the Nigerian Telecommunications Commission to restore telephone services in 10 of the 17 local government areas affected by the telecoms ban, which he put in place 4 months ago. At least 54 people have been killed and many more injured after a truck transporting migrants crashed in southern Mexico. More than 150 migrants from Central America were crammed into the truck's trailer. More than 30,000 people have fled from northern Cameroon to neighboring Chad this week following ethnic clashes that left at least 22 people dead and 10 villages burnt to the ground. South Africa will in January 2022 begin giving Pfizer booster coronavirus shots. People over the age of 60 years will be the first to qualify for the booster dose. The Nigerian government reveals that it will not be restricting foreign travelers from visiting Nigeria despite travel bans on the country by Canada, the UK, Indonesia, Singapore, and Hong Kong. Ousted Myanmar leader Aung San Suu Kyi was sentenced to 4 years in prison, the first in a series of 11 verdicts that could jail her for life. She was found guilty of inciting dissent and breaking COVID rules under a natural disasters law. Hundreds of people took to beaches in South Africa to protest against planned exploration for offshore oil and gas by a multinational energy company Shell. South Africa's parliament also failed to secure the two-thirds majority it needed to amend the constitution to allow land expropriation without compensation. A brutal mob lynching of a Sri Lankan man accused of blasphemy in Pakistan sparked protests in both countries. More than 100 people have been arrested for the killing so far. After a truck killed several students in the Ojudu-Berger area of Lagos, the Lagos state government shut down public schools around the area until January 2022. IPOB accused Nigerian security agents of planting improvised explosive devices across the southeast. Spokesman of IPOB, Imam Powerful, claimed that the IEDs were planted to implicate its members and the Eastern Security Network. 7 UN peacekeepers were killed in an explosion in Mali. The peacekeepers had been traveling in a logistic convoy in central Mali when it was targeted by an improvised explosive device. Ethiopia's Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed has left the battlefront and returns to his usual work at Addis Ababa, the country's capital, after supposedly completing the first phase of the conflict. Pfizer and BioNTech said a booster jab of their coronavirus vaccine would be an effective defense against the new Omicron variant. 3 doses provide a similar level of antibodies against Omicron to 2 doses against other variants. India's Chief of Defense Staff, General Bipin Rawat, was killed in a helicopter crash in the southern state of Tamil Nadu alongside his wife and 11 others. China threatened to retaliate the US, Canada, and Australia's diplomatic boycott of the 2022 Winter Olympics in Beijing. The diplomatic boycott of the game is over concerns about China's human rights record. Dozens of Rohingya refugees in the UK and US sued Facebook for allowing hate speech against them to spread. They are demanding over $150 billion in compensation, claiming Facebook's platform promoted violence against the persecuted minority. The Lagos state government has mandated that anyone attending a social event in the state henceforth must present their COVID-19 vaccination cards. Germany swore in Olaf Scholz as its new chancellor, leading a 3-party government. Scholz take over from Angela Merkel after 16 years in office. And these are 20 stories that trended this week. For more, follow the details displayed on your screen.